Hello, YouTube. It is Damien. It is Damien Does England. It is Bournemouth. It is Season 5 of Damien Does England, Season 3 here with Bournemouth. And today we have a Champions League group stage draw, followed by a game at Everton on the 25th of August. Obviously, with the league starting in July, it's been about a month, so we've played about 6 games, I think, off the top of my head. So we will go through some results before we do get into the Everton game as well. But first things comes first. Get that Champions League anthem on. It's just so good to be back in the big group stage draw. It's also just pretty cool to say that we've got Bournemouth to a Champions League group stage draw, and we get the manager minute. I would have thought that with most of these sides, like Bournemouth, Brighton, Cardiff, when we do get to the Champions League, it would have been me winning the league and me going away and then seeing what happens. I didn't see where we were seeded. I skipped too fast, but I would imagine we're down in the 4th seed. We are. So what we are going to do is we are going to go and draw out every seed to the 4th seed. Now we're going to have a look. So we can get Group A, we can get Group B, we can get Group C. We can't get Group D, we can't get Group E or Group F, but Group G or H. So it's either going to be A, B, C, G or H. Which one would I prefer? Definitely not G if we want to get through. Probably Group C, because I reckon Olympic Lyon and Donetsk we can probably beat at home. Group B would be the ideal one. Group A, I don't think we're better than Napoli. What else we're looking at? Group H, I don't really even want Group H. I want Group B, I want Group C. I don't want to come out in Group A, G or H. First out is Frankfurt. This is the one we really want, boys. Second out is FC Midtjylland. We want Group C, and we get Group C. So we do have some interesting games there. We do get to go away to the Ukraine and Shakhtar, who I still think we can beat in the Ukraine. We do get Lyon as well, who I think we could probably beat at home. Away from home would be interesting. That might be an interesting group to keep an eye on, and we might see a game or two, depending on how tight it gets. That is a group I'm definitely thinking may get quite tight. We may as well draw out all the other teams and have a look. But yeah, they're in Group C. Pretty happy with that. Look, I'm pretty happy we've avoided the Barca's and the PSG's and the Real Madrids and so on. But we do get an away trip to the Juventus Stadium, as Juve are currently in 4th in the Serie A. Okay, what's going on there? They've already lost the game. Who do? Genoa. Wow, interesting. Anyway, be interesting to play Juve as well. We'll quickly go through some results in that, and then I'm quickly going to cut this video. I actually have to go help my old man. I do also have a game for soccer tonight, and then I'll be streaming. So I would imagine the Everton game could be the first game of this stream, but we will just recap some results quickly. Since we last met, which was the opening day against Newcastle, where we played them a 3-1, and we played in that 4-1-2-1-2 formation, where we were okay, but we didn't keep the ball. I went into the Man United game saying I'm going to play 4-1-2-1-2 again and see what happens at home. We weren't able to keep the ball that well, and I actually made a quick I made a tweak in-game which seemed to help me get the ball back and work well with the ball. Went positive and a little bit more lower tempo. Really, if we're going to be dominating sides, let's just go and really keep the ball and kill them. We got back possession, but we didn't do anything with it. And then, as it so happens, David Raya made save after save after save. How often do you see a keeper get over an 8 rating on FM? You barely ever. He didn't even get man of the match, unfortunately, the poor bloke, but he definitely deserved it, because usually if that's an 8.2 in old FMs, that's a 10. He was pulling save after save after save after save after save, especially against Vinicius Jr. I think Jr. had 3 1-on-1s. It just fooled him every time. In the end, we got a 90th minute equaliser with Ryan Sessegnon playing as a winger, as we went 4-4-2, obviously, to try and get back into the game, as you can see from Sissoko and Melling coming on. And he did pop up late at the back post from a cross, and it was all done and dusted from then. We then went and beat West Ham 5-1. With injuries, unfortunately, we had to play 4-4-2. I probably would have played 4-4-2 away from home. I think I'm going to play 4-4-2 away from home pretty much every game. And then at home, mix and match it, depending who we're playing. On fire, Carlos just had a freakish of a game, scored a nice hit drive. Then Armidia Silvia, I brought him on in the 51st minute because Callum picked up a knock and wasn't playing his best. There wasn't nothing major, it was just a knock. And I said, okay, then we're going to bring on Armidia Silvia. And just when you thought the party was over, scored in the 91st and the 95th, the guy had a bit of a day out. We then unfortunately lost to Liverpool 3-2, but the crazy part of this, I didn't want to YouTube record it because I just obviously recorded a game against Newcastle, had United, Liverpool pretty close together. I was like, look, we do like 2-3 episodes within the first 4 games of the season. It's a bit, bit cluttered, but you definitely see us play Liverpool. I actually thought we were going to win for the first time in our life. Did we deserve it? No. And then in the 90th minute, as I went defensive, it happened. Kevin Wimmer got sent off, so, obviously we made substitutions. We did whatever we had to do, and we were quite hamstrung because I kind of made a couple changes as well, and, Danny Drinkwater came on early. We also, what else did we do? We also brought Garcia on as a left winger for Sessignon early because Sessignon wasn't playing his best. I then brought Silva on for Wilson because Wilson wasn't playing his best. I was really, let's go get this goal. We're still in this game. Let's see what happens. I thought the change would work because Silva scored. Then we were quite hamstrung, When we got sent off, I tried to sit. I tried to do everything I could. Fortunately, Fabio Silva scored in the 90th. It was a good goal before Bobby scored an easy tap in the 92nd. It's bloody Liverpool on FM. You can't beat them at Anfield. There's another reason to prove it. So to lose 3-2 there was a bit disgusting, a bit yucky. If we had everybody on the field, probably there. Was the red card there? Probably for Kevin, to be honest. It's the second time he's been sent off this season, was it? Or the first time? I think that's the first time. He's definitely been sent off once. It probably is this one. It is, because I played Allsop in this game and against Middlesbrough, who we just played as well. Against Watford, we did play the 4-4-2 due to injury. Carlos got himself injured, but he should be back for this game. It said lower leg injury. I really got freaked out. It was a broken leg. It was a pulled muscle of some sort. In the end, it's quite dominant here. I probably should have won by a couple more. They only had one moment from a corner, even though they had 12 shots. And then against Middlesbrough, we played in that 4-2-3-1 with a little bit more patience on the ball, controlled the game. They had 3 shots on target. One of them went in from Patrick Roberts, which, kind of came out of nothing. And then the second one was an own goal. They hit from distance, hit the back of Ray and went in. This game should have been a lot more comfortable than it was. Wilson, though, finally the back of the net. He's had a pretty slow start to the season, but now he's scored 4. He scored, I think, 3 in his last 2, and now is looking like a player of last season. As you can see, Carlos has also scored 4. Pietro Pellegrini, as much as he's not impacted the score sheet as much, and he scored 2, it's still not too bad. He has got 4 assists in general as well, and the guy has been the complete forward, bringing people in the play, doing what you need to do. With that in mind, it currently sees us in 3rd place. Southampton is the big surprise package. There's always one. They've beaten Chelsea, but they played no one else of note, and they had their one loss to Spurs. I'm expecting them to drop out. Liverpool drew to Man United, just gone, but have won everything else. But they've already played City and Chelsea, and they played and beat City at home 5-1. For us, look, it's all about staying as close to Liverpool and in that top 4 for as long as possible, like last season, and then hope they slip up, hope we go on a bit of a run, get enough points ahead of Liverpool so when we eventually lose to Liverpool at home, it doesn't impact us too much, and then see what happens, and hopefully be in the fight with 4 or 5 games to go like last season, beat United if we have United late doors. I don't know who we have late doors, but who would be the United fixture? Chelsea and City, wow, Enspert. Yeah, okay. If we can get through those 3 games and be in the title fight with 4 to go, we're going to have a very fun time this season and maybe do it. Anyhow, that's going to be me done. I quickly need to get ready, like I said, and I'll see you guys after my game with my under-12s tonight, and hopefully they do play well. My under-18s played on Sunday, and we talked about it on stream, but they did draw 1-1 in the game they definitely should have won. Have killed them at training a little bit as well. Or not really, we didn't kill them on Monday. But, my under-12s, they started well, and hopefully they'll do well tonight. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll see you guys in just a second for the Everton game at Ashton Gate. Welcome back, YouTube. Part 2 of episode 52 here of DAMMO Does England. We are going to get into this game here, but as always, we are live on stream, so there are links in the description below to come follow us on stream. Why wouldn't you? This is the first game for a stream. We have a history of losing the first game of the stream as well. Only bit of injury news since the last episode is there was a training injury in the Melling. He's out for the next couple of weeks. So DiMarco is not 100% match fit, but we've seen he can play at this level and is decent. We'll go in there at left back. Playing 4-4-2, obviously, with the injury to Daniel Ike. He could probably play 75 minutes. In saying that, though, Everton are probably strong enough that we're not going to dominate the possession against them. So we'll be playing 4-4-2. But we'll see. It's all about giving Ike some game time. I might make him available for the under-23s until he is fit. So we'll give him 90 minutes in the next match. And see how he goes. But that's it from in terms of the team. It will be Raya, who's been sensational. Aurea, Ginter, Winmer, coming back from injury, but should be okay. DeMarco, Sessignon, Drinkwater, Heidemann, due to the injury to Carlos, not 100% fit. Sissoko, Pellegrini, and Callum Wilson. Amidia Silva is playing so well. He probably deserves to start at some point. It's just a matter of finding him a start. And off we go. 100 mil to Chelsea. Then I got this kid for 5 mil. Ooh, here we go. Let's have a look. Freddie Alone in the chat drops in Jose Carlos. Would you have paid 5-0? It's obviously all in Portuguese, but you can see where the stats are. Put your camera a little down. It's too hard. You're cutting your head. Is it? Is it really? I haven't moved my camera in ages. But Good little player. Pretty like him, Freddie alone. And there we go. Is it really? Is the camera really gone moved? Doesn't feel like it. It's always been like that. Always been as it is. And there we are. Maybe Freddie hasn't spent enough time in the chat. He hasn't been in for the last 2 streams. Anyhow, we have got Everton playing as a 3, a 5, a 2, and a 2. I really do rate our 4-4-2 against that sort of system, but we should be alright. I really do rate what you bought there, Freddie. And to be honest, to sell Lincoln on for 100 mil is not the worst as well. Anyway, we are going to go out there and press as always. Because they're playing 3 centre-backs, we'll just press all 3 centre-backs and see how we go. I actually don't mind if we man-mark their 6 as well when they're trying to play out as well. Anything in the middle, we're really going to look to cut out. We are going to get into today's game, though. We are needing to win, obviously, to keep in touch with Liverpool. Even at this early stage, we probably need to stay in touch as close as possible and hope Liverpool drop points somewhere along the line. Anyway, Barrios is on it, into Calter-Car. It's going to be Everton in the blue, us in the red and the black here at Ashton Gate. Our stadium's still a year away. Hopefully, we have won the Premier League this season and we don't need to worry about playing in the new stadium of the Bournemouth Stadium, unless when we go and visit Bournemouth with Brighton if they're still in the league. Anyhow, 20 minutes played, still 0-0 here at the moment, but in this 4-4-2, we don't really mind how we play too much, as long as we look to get creative and look to win the ball and find the spaces in the half spaces, and off we go. 38% possession is a little bit low. Mkhitaryan's been sold to Brighton. That's a not bad move. Obviously, a former Arsenal man. Injured player on your team. Yeah, Kevin Minma's been passed to play 90 minutes, so it's okay. It's only a head knock, so should be all right. And if Vlasic is there, we're 1-0 down here to Everton. And there we go. Not the best start. Like I said, we have a history of losing the first game on stream. And Everton go 1-0 up in a game that we haven't really been at our best in. The Everton fans going bonkers behind the goals too. And we are 1-0 down. Not at all been the best from Bournemouth so far at the moment. Who was that? Number 28. Was that Kevin as well? And probably not putting his body on the line because he is hurt. But not really seeing anything from Bournemouth at all. Usually the free-flowing scoring Bournemouth have been quite tame here. They've come up and really sat in as a 5 and a 2, a 5 and a 1 and a 2 wing-backs. But at the moment, they've had 5 shots free. And of course, we haven't seen us create anything yet either. And at the moment, it is going to be 1-0. And passing like that, Callum, is not going to keep you in the field too much longer. We do need to go out there and really look to find our stride and find a moment here to get back into it. Anyway, Aurea throws it towards Sissoko. Chips that one in their back stick. Headed away, but only as far as DeMarco. He's got a good cross on him, DeMarco. Comes inside. We'll go full back to him. Bit lucky. He crosses it. It's blocked. Falls to Sessegnon. In the Heidemann. Hits it off the bar. It's hit Perrin and in. How many times have we seen that on FM this season? They really need to patch this. Just, it happens too often. Like I can handle seeing the occasional it hits the bar or the post hits the keeper. But I was watching Armin play stream like last week, and it happened like 6 times in 6 games. That's way too much. Anyway, Perrin is beat, hits the bar, hits Perrin, who probably should do a bit more about it once it hits the bar anyway. And off we go. At the moment, though, not been our best. Had 15 shots, but nothing really to write home about. And with those 15 shots, make it 16. Nothing really on target. But anyway, Danny Drinkwater, ball in there, headed away from Hoyt. Can Ginter win? He does. He might hit. He does, but it's blocked. Heidemann now. He can hit from distance. Perrin with a great save. And there we go. 65 play. A little bit of our swagger coming back into it as of the last few minutes. Danny Drinkwater's ball in there looking for Heidemann. Doesn't find him. Sessegnon should be able to recycle here. Instead, he looks to whip and it's blocked. We are going to look to make our first change of the game. At the moment, not been the best from us as well. But I am going to get Mr. Callum Wilson off. He's not been having the best of years, apart from a couple games we scored a couple goals. We're going to get our Media Silver in and see how he goes. 71 minutes played. Not too much happening out there as well. Danny Quinn can come in there too. He's match fit and obviously gets a bit more forward than Sissoko. And we will get Danny Quinn in there as well. And hopefully the youngster can do us a favour as well. And it is a highlight. It's up our end. It's Aurea throws it into Danny Quinn, the 17-year-old, into Heidemann. I keep remembering that he has had a birthday. DeMarco, though, he's got a good cross. He whips that in. Pellegrini! Oh, I should have had it down. It was always rising. Had to jump pretty high, did Pellegrini. Unfortunately, 22 shots. Still only 1-1 here. We had a game like this against Everton as well last season where we needed a win and we drew. And we absolutely dominated. Carlos is going to come in late doors there as well. And I'm actually going to get him in here for Danny Drinkwater. And Carlos, who's had a really good year, is going to go in there as the Mazzala on attack. And we're really going to throw some numbers forward here. Going to push Sessegnon on a little bit too. Free up Carlos in that half space as well. And see if we can find a moment. It's Perrin who's going to go long. Perrin now goes long. Can we win that one in the air? Kevin does, but only heads as far as Coyle. Maybe it might be an Everton chance. We're pressing in here, and Sissoko does win well, and now he can go on a run. Still with Sissoko on this left-hand side. Beats another man, gets to the ball, and he feds it in there, headed away from Kaltakar. Heidemann didn't want to go to the ball. Instead, let Shields take a touch. Barrios now being pressed. Back to Hoyerdet. Can we press Hoyerdet? Look at the numbers around him, but it's a good ball out to Garner Gay. And Garner Gay now can get on it and run with it. Idrissa Garner Gay still with it. Hits it from a mile out. That will be the highlight. Pretty pointless one in that. Gonna tell the lads to push forward here late doors and see if we can find a moment in the last few moments here. A goal here would be huge in terms of our season. It's a corner. And it's going to be Carlos. He whips it in there straight at the keeper. Keeper doesn't came. Sessegnon hits. It's away. Ginter can get on it. If he can play... Never mind. Ginter decided to stop and let Vlasic get it. Vlasic swings it. In the end, I think it's going to be game over here. There's 20 seconds. And DeMarco now just watched... Boys, 1-1. You've had 25 shots. Oh, yeah, let's just not go any pressure on the ball. Let's go Ginter, not move it. Let's go DeMarco, not get there. It's 1-1. And yet again, we've played Everton in a league game. Yet again, we've had more than 20 shots. Yet again, it's a draw. Pretty disappointing from us as well. Why on earth have they not gone there and just gone and picked the ball? Especially Ginter. Ginter picks it up, plays it straight out there to whoever took the corner. And another ball into the box, late doors. You see what happens. It was Carlos out there too. In the end, not good enough from us. And with the title title race heating up, as it always does, and Liverpool being so damn good, dropping points even this early is quite concerning. Obviously, we only dropped points to Liverpool so far, but now to drop, and Man United, now to drop points to Everton. We're on 14. As you can see, Liverpool won 6-1. Now, I would say if we drop another game before we play, let's have a look. If we drop another game before probably we go away to the World Cup, so I'm putting the pressure on saying we have to win every one of these league games here until Arsenal maybe. Then we'll probably be in trouble. If we have another slip up, say Burnley we draw, or Huddersfield we draw, or if we have a moment, even against out of Arsenal and City, you're looking to win one at a minimum, then I would say that we would probably be out of the title race even as early as October, because Liverpool winning the Champions League, winning the FA Cup, winning the Premier League, so knowing how many goals they do score. I said it last season, it didn't happen. They actually fell back into the pack, and it made the title race a bit closer than what it was. But I reckon this season, if we don't get towards the 90-point mark, and if you're dropping games like that, Liverpool win the league because they're going to get about 95 or something. And we got to be beyond perfect to win the league this season. Anyhow, enough about that. Enough about talking about the league. We will just focus on the here and now, saying we are still in the top 4 after 7. If we can go out there and just keep some pressure on Liverpool, who knows, maybe they'll slip up in the future, or else it could be title race done very early this season. Anyhow, from Damien Does England Season 3 with Bournemouth, Season 5 of total. Links in the description below. Like the episode, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on YouTube for a future league game.